Welcome. We are still continuing on agriculture lessons. That's book 1, agriculture. And now here we are. This is our last topic in book 1, which is chicken production. Chicken production is very, very important just because, as you know, nowadays the population is growing rapidly. And we'll need meat from chicken, we'll need eggs from chicken, we'll need feathers from chicken, and these products from chicken we'll need them in a large quantity. So we need to look a little bit on chicken production, more especially how we can boost chicken production so that we can satisfy the needs of the growing population. So under this topic, of course, it is a long topic. So in order for us not to lose track, here is the scope, what we're going to discuss under this topic. The first thing which we're going to discuss is on the main practices involved in chicken production. Then we're going to identify some of the breeds of chicken and describe those breeds of chicken. After that, we're going to look on housing requirements of chicken. Then we're also going to describe how to construct a chicken house. We are also going to describe how to feed broilers, how to feed layers. Then this chicken can be attacked by pests as parasites, diseases, and they can also be eaten by predators. So we're going to identify diseases, we're going to identify pests, both internal and external pests. We're also going to identify predators, and most important, we're going to look on the measures or how we can control these diseases, how we can control pests, as well as the control measures of predators in chicken. So that's the whole activity which we're going to discuss under this topic. Without wasting time, let's start with the first activity. That's looking on the main activities in chicken production. As I already mentioned that the population is growing rapidly, we need to boost chicken production as much as possible so that we can have high yields from chicken. As I already said, we can get meat from chicken, we can get eggs from chicken as well as feathers. So these products, they will be required in large quantity just because the population is growing rapidly. So in order for us to boost chicken production, we'll need both genetic, good genetic makeup, as well as we should not forget the phenotype. Environment is also very, very important. Environment will also contribute in production, chicken production. So on the part of environment, that's what we're talking about here, the management activities in chicken production. If we can improve these management activities or practices which are done in chicken production, we can somehow improve as well as increase production in chicken. So the main management activities in chicken production, these will include breeding, housing, feeding, as well as diseases and parasite control. Of course, we're also going to look on measures to control predators. It's also another management activity which we can do in chicken production in order to increase egg yield, meat yield, as well as even the feeders. So the main activities, those management activities which are done in chicken production, we are going to look them into details. So the first one which we have mentioned is breeding. But before we go to breeding into details, let us first look on the breeds of chicken. So there are broadly two groups of uh, 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 chicken breeds, and these are local breeds as well as exotic breeds. So these are the two main uh, breeds of chicken. We may have local breeds as well as exotic breeds. Under local breeds, these are indigenous breeds of chicken, normally kept for both meat and eggs. So these local breeds, we're saying these are indigenous breeds of chicken, of which they are normally kept for both meat as well as eggs. And most of the times, if we have a dual purpose breed, meaning they will have two products, we may get two products out of them. Most of the times it will compromise in terms of quantity. We may have less meat production as well as even less egg production. So by the way, here in Malawi we have several local breeds, different types of local breeds. Um, of course, the names they are called depending on the area we're coming from. We have north, central, south. The same breed sometimes, in terms of naming, it may be different. So, examples of local breeds here in Malawi may include Chipazia, especially north. They call some of the breeds Chipazia. We have Chalinda in central, Yakuda, Yoyela, Yanghang. These are some of the breeds we may find in chicken in Malawi. So the local breeds, they are known with their own characteristics. For example, indigenous breeds cannot be easily be categorized into breeds due to crossbreeding. It is difficult nowadays to find the pure indigenous breed just because of crossbreeding. Another characteristic, that's why we may have different, different local breeds. So in terms of the color of the feathers, we have so many colors of the feathers. This is because of cross breeding. So it is really difficult to categorize these breeds because of breeding. Otherwise, we may have 100 breeds of indigenous if we can rely on the color of the feathers. Apart from that, another characteristics of local breeds, they are low yielding. They produce fewer and smaller sized eggs per year. I mentioned earlier on that most of the times if a breed has two or more purposes, two or more purposes or produce, most of the times that will compromise with quantity in terms of yield. So in the local breeds, we're saying that they will we can get both meat as well as eggs. So most of the times it will compromise in terms of yield. So they are low yielding. They produce fewer and smaller sized eggs per year. Apart from that, they are hardy. Another characteristic of a local breed is that it is hardy. So they are hardy. Local breeds, they are hardy. If we say they are hardy, it means they are more resistant to parasites and diseases, as well as they are highly adaptable to local conditions, more especially tropical conditions. So local breeds or indigenous breeds most of the times they cannot easily be attacked by parasites and diseases. They cannot easily be attacked by parasites as well as diseases. They are resistant to parasites and diseases. Apart from that, we're saying they are highly adaptable to tropical conditions. And the last characteristic of local breeds in chicken is that they are mostly layered under VH system and for substance. Most of the times you cannot layer this local chicken for commercial purposes, but just for subsistence. Another main category in terms of breeds of chicken is the exotic. These are breeds of chicken which originated from temperate regions. For example, in Europe, some are kept for meat, while others they are kept for eggs. So we have 4 categories of exotic breeds of chicken, which will include light breeds, heavy breeds, dual purpose, as well as high breeds. So these are the categories of exotic breeds. Let's start describing the first category of exotic breed, that's light breeds. This is a breed of chicken kept purposely for egg production. Sometimes they are referred to as layers. So these may include white leghorn, brown leghorn, anaconda, Minocas, and Exequa. So I was saying that these light breeds, most of the times, they are kept purposely for egg production. And just because they are kept solely for egg production, that's why they are also referred to layers. What can be the characteristics of these layers or light breeds? They are medium in size. They are medium in size. For the cock, they weigh 3 kg, while for the hens, they weigh up to 2 kgs once matured. And they never grow broody, hence they are poor egg sitter. Once they lay the eggs, you will not find them to sit on the eggs. Apart from that, they are excellent layers. What do we mean? They can lay more eggs per year, up to 220 eggs per year. But they are poor producers of meat. Most of the times, once they feed on the feeds, they will convert the feed into egg production, not into meat production. So they are poor. They are poor producers of meat. Another characteristic, the female comb is large and flops over one eye, while the male comb is large, firm, and upright. They are light in body. Since we are saying that they are poor producers of meat, definitely their body should be light, but very active and exhibit a high degree of cannibalism. Lastly, combs are full, red, and waxy. We can describe a little further. I will mention an example of a light layers. Well, we given an example of examples of layers, and one of the example is the leghorn. I think we can describe a little bit on leghorns. This breed of chicken originates from Italy. The most popular is white leghorn, which has a white plumage, yellow eggs, and beak. Others may be brown leghorn, which has brown plumage, and the hackles and saddle feathers of cocks are red. We may also have black leghorn. It is black all over but has yellow legs. And these black leghorns, they are a little bit nervous and are easily frightened. But all in all, the leghorns, they produce white eggs. Let's now look on to the other category of exotic breeds, that's heavy breeds. This is a breed of chicken for meat production. So they are also known as broilers. These are also known as broilers. And these ones have a high conversion rate of feeds into meat. Once they consume the feeds, they will convert the feeds into meat. Examples might be light Sussex, Cornish white, Cornish dark, Jersey black, Jersey black giant. And their characteristics, the characteristics of broilers or heavy breeds may include they produce high quality meat, they are heavier and bigger in size, they will grow very fast. It means they will reach their slaughtering weight very fast, and hens lay very few eggs. They will lay very few eggs. Let's look a little bit on describe a little bit on examples of heavy breeds. For example, we have light Sussex. This breed of chicken originates from Britain. It is mainly kept for meat. The cock may weigh up to 4 kgs, whereas the hens may weigh up to 3 kgs when mature. The further characteristics of light Sussex, they lay small tinted eggs, but the breed is mainly kept for meat. They have a large body with good depth and broad shoulders. The breast is well developed and the birds have excellent meat qualities. They are white with black hackle feathers, wings, and tails. The birds have single combs and colored beaks, as well as even the toes. Another example of a heavy breed is the Cornish. This breed of chicken originates from England. The cock may weigh 3.6 kgs when alive, but the hen may weigh up to 3.5 kgs when alive. The detailed characteristics of Cornish: they have yellow skin and are an excellent meat producer. They have compact feathers. The birds have deep, broad, wide shoulders. Another major category of exotic breed is the jewel purpose. Jewel purpose, just by looking on the term jewel, we're talking of double here. So chicken of this breed are kept for both meat and egg production. And good examples of breeds under dual purpose are Rhode Island Red, Black Australorps, and New Hampshire Red. They are highly recommended for upcoming poultry farmers. And the characteristics into details might be they have a tendency to go broody, they have a carcass of good quality, they rarely exhibit cannibalism, and they are disease resistant. So that's the good thing of dual purpose. Let's look on the characteristic of one of the dual purpose breed, which is Rhode Island Red. It is most popular of all the dual-purpose breeds of belts. It originates from America, and the cocks may weigh up to 4 kgs when alive, while the hens weigh 3.5 kgs. Their plumage is glossy and dark red or brown in color. Some birds black color in the tail and the wing feathers. The females have a slight black marking at the base of the lower neck feathers, and their earlobes and eyes are red, while the legs and shanks are deep yellow or reddish brown. And lastly, their beak is the beak is reddish brown. Detailed characteristics: the bird lay brown shelled eggs and gives carcass of good quality. They are docile, hence easy to manage. And the bird has a broad, deep, and angular body. They also have well-formed breast that protrudes forward while the back is flat. The only disadvantage of Rhode Island Red is that their yellow skin, which is unpopular with consumers. Another example of dual purpose, which we can look a little bit into details, is New Hampshire Red. This breed of chicken originates from America as well. The plumage is chestnut red and it has a single comb. The cock may weigh up to 4.5 kgs, whereas uh, uh, the hen may weigh up to 3.3 kgs live weight. And their characteristics: the body is less angular, they have a rapid growth rate, they are very hardy, they will also mature very early, they have high fertility and good hatchability. The hens are good layers of brown-shelled eggs. The last example of dual purpose is black Australops. This breed of chicken originates from Australia, and the plumage is shiny black all over. They have brilliant red cob and wattles. The cock weighs 4 kgs and the hen 3 kgs live weight. The characteristics might be they are very light with a long back, and the body slopes gradually towards the tail. They are good layers and also give good quality meat. They are the most beautiful among the breeds, and the hens go broody but often land out too early. And too much fat stops the hens from laying. Most times, too much fat stops the hens from laying. The last category of exotic breed is which is well known as hybrids. These are birds bred to suit a particular management condition. A hybrid is a bird produced by crossing two different pure-bird breeds. They are superior in performance, and they can attain 2 kgs in just 56 days and can lay over 250 eggs per year. So the breeders most of the times they will select the breeds from hybrid vigor to gain weight quickly and to lay eggs than the pure breeds. For example, the good examples of breeds under hybrid is Thornbury 404 and 704. We also have Highline stock. We have Shavers, Super White, Brown Eagers, Kigwalu Queen, and Isa Brown. So characteristics of hybrids may include they lay many and large eggs. Apart from that, if they are crossbred so that they produce meat, they will gain weight fast. And they have a better resistance to diseases and can easily adapt local conditions. Since you crossbreed, it means you can get a breed which is resistant to disease and crossbreed with that of high yielding, or you can get the breed which can easily adapt the local condition. Then you crossbreed it with the one which is high yielding. So we're saying that the characteristics, it may lay more eggs, it will gain weight very fast. At the same time, it is a better resistance to they have a better resistance to diseases and can easily adapt to local conditions. They also have a better feed conversion. If they are meant for egg laying, it means they will convert the feed into egg production. If they are meant for meat production, it means they can easily convert the feed into meat production.
Simutaya nthawi yanu kufunafuna maphunziro muzakhala wotumidwa moyo wanu wonse. Ngati simuphunzira anthu azingokutumani ajala kalime ajala kuchwe manyazi ajala katende yanti ndipo anthu ophunzira wandu wotumanso kwambiri. Ndiye ngati simuphunzira skulu akuyikirani apa mukhala otumidwa.